Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. All of you sit on the couch in the clock tower. And for a moment, as you all look at each other, you make sure that the floor is still that dusty wood and that sickly multicolored yellow carpet is no longer underneath your feet. And you pleasantly look down at the clock tower's floorboards and the sort of gray-blue rug that is underneath the table. And you're like, whew, you breathe a sigh of relief, and you all kind of look around, and there's that question in everybody's mind, except for Trinket, of who hit the pocket watch?
Sam looks as green as somebody can be, like ill as somebody can be, while still sitting on the couch.
So green and starting to look better.
Yeah. You seeing somebody like go pale like they're about to throw up and then return to normal.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna quickly stand up from the couch and look at everybody. So it's the whole building.
Okay.
Oh shit. That explains why the entire thing started melting.
I tried to mark it for death and I couldn't. Well, sorry. I punched an old man in the face
What?
and then I tried to mark him for death, but it didn't work.
It didn't work at all.
It didn't work. It kind of went everywhere.
Okay.
So it worked. It just worked on everything.
Yes. It didn't not work, but it didn't work the way I thought it would.
Okay. Well, that gives us a little insight. The second time we jumped in, it used something against us from the first time we jumped in.
Oh, shit.
So I have a theory I want to try out as I go up to the mirror and I pull out my pocket watch and I attempt to reverse and
you can, same as you always are able to do.
It's just the same.
Here's the neat thing, right? As you're looking through the mirror and you're the one doing it, it's like it's fast forwarding from your perspective. And Sam, while you're watching the mirror, you see like a burning effigy of your own body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Jaeger's eyes haven't left the floor for a while. He's just been kind of looking down like...
And you fast forward all the way to the point where the watch got clicked and you can go all the way back to where it was just dark. And you can do the whole thing. You could jump in at any point at your perspective.
Okay, well, I guess it can remember, but it can't alter.
You also know that if you fast forward, you and Grin have done this before, where if you fast forward to a point where you and Grin were in different places, you will be at whatever places you were when you fast forwarded to. Like Sam and Jaeger were at the hamster races every time you guys went through when you had fast forwarded to that point.
Yeah.
So if you go to a point where you guys are all split up, you will again
Be split up. That makes sense. I was more thinking of like...
If it was timeless, if it would
just give me static and just like not do anything.
It's fast forwarding. This is a good test for you, right? For Barrett, you would know that this is like a surefire way. If you guys had tried to fast forward like for the Goat Man and Valance, it wouldn't have worked.
Right. That's exactly what I was trying to...
He wouldn't have been there because he's not affected by time. So where he is like dependent on how you guys take things. So like not all eldritch creatures are directly outside of time the way that Goat Man is.
Yeah.
But at least this thing, you're pretty sure is resetting as far as this pocket watch test is going.
So if time is resetting and it had information from a previous mission, then it is pulling things straight from our minds because we are the only ones with that information.
That's what I was thinking. is maybe it's more our memories than it is its memories.
It might be, our memories and also any of the memories of the people it ate. Because it's everybody's memories ever consumed, because, I've never been on fire melted in front of y'all.
No.
Actually, you have.
Oh. Really?
We got hit by a lot of fireballs back in the day.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't remember that.
And Jaeger says this while still staring at the floor.
So, it's using our memories and our own perception against us. I don't really know how to circumvent that. I don't know how to disarm it in
What
a
if
way.
we try beating it at its own game?
Trinket, can you roll an insight?
15.
That old man was definitely threatening you. And
No!
and if he was the bowling alley, then it's not only using your memories, it's also sentient and malicious.
So, you guys remember how I mentioned that old man a minute ago?
Yeah, we didn't really follow up on that.
Yeah, I think that it might have been kind of a personification of the thing. It was an evil old man. It wasn't like I just punched an old man. I just want to clarify.
Was the old man?
The fact that you have to clarify, though.
If you had,
It surprised
listen,
me.
we've done a lot of real sketchy shit.
I
It's
don't
okay.
I don't just go beating up old people for no reason.
But if you did it, we wouldn't mind.
Wait, what?
Baron, Jaeger, do you look up from the
Yeah,
from the
Jaeger
person?
looks down and goes from looking down to looking up and saying, what?
It seemed to be like a personification of the entity. It was threatening me. I pushed the button because I was going to have a one-on-one with this thing, and that was I didn't think that was the way to go.
Yeah. Well, it also makes sense too. If it freaking modify anything we've done, right? Think back to the note. The note I wrote was break something to make some noise, see if we can find each other. But it changed it to make you guys want to go outside, which I assume would hurt or kill you.
Well, wouldn't it just want to kill us? Why does it want us to go outside?
Maybe that's an easier way for it to take care of us in general.
Or maybe it wants us to give up. Think about it, maybe it can't, or it can, but doesn't want to, be the thing that cinches the deal. It wants us to do that to ourselves, by our own actions. Because I have a memory of both of y'all melting into the floor and telling me that I should die.
Well,
Yeah, that doesn't sound like me at all.
And then the world melted like an orange. Seems actually shivers. Fucking rotten orange.
Well, we gotta figure something out, because as soon as we walk in there, our perception is immediately hijacked. We cannot trust anything we see, hear, touch, anything.
I mean, I have an idea.
What you got?
I was going to take that with me. He points at the lamp phone. Normally cuts through most of the illusions we run into anyway, and so if we can do it here, we can probably do it there.
I don't know about that. If it can just take us into another pocket dimension, it could probably take that into its own pocket dimension, or at least pocket of perception. We'd never be able to find it again.
But
if it can just...
If the light of Om dispels any illusion we run into, then it wouldn't be able to do it because we would all be stuck in the light already.
Maybe we should try just dispelling it on our own first, and then if we can bring in the nuclear option. Does that sound fair?
I'm not going to promise that I will hate this thing and kill it, but I will say I don't like this place.
I don't think you're supposed to. I think that's why we're here. So,
I don't mind trying again. I have
Baby
a
steps.
weird idea of maybe making our own illusion. If we can't trust anything, we might as well just have our own sense of self.
well, yeah, that would work. If it's working off our memories and our thoughts and our perceptions, and it can alter it however it wants, I'm sure it can just... I don't know. It's just fucking with us.
Should we go ahead and figure out why it wants us to go outside?
It'll tell us every wrong answer.
Somebody should go outside.
Well, you know what? Now that
For
it's
science, yes.
now that we at least know that this is a place that's affected by time, and I can rewind and go back to whenever I need, I feel a lot safer doing that. I didn't before, so if it's just my perception, sure. You know what? I'll do it. Let's go in. I'll walk outside, and we'll see what happens. Going off of that, our next plan would probably trying to dispel illusions if we can. And if that doesn't work, we'll resort to the lantern possibly.
Yeah, does somebody have, do you have like a spell, Sam, that can dispel illusions?
Well,
Sam,
more
can you
about-
roll an Arcana check for me? Insight check, whichever one is better for you.
Roll Arcana. 5.
You're like, yeah, you start thinking of some things you can do to dispel illusions, because like, yeah, it's making things it's making bullshit that you would like to see through. Trinket,
Yeah.
can you roll me an Arcana, please?
15.
Yeah. As the topic of illusions is brought up, it touched you like multiple times.
Yeah.
And like
All-
Barrett was touching you, and then it swapped him somewhere else with something else.
I mean, my theory about the illusions is that's why we can't see each other.
Right. You don't think it's illusions. Whatever it is.
Okay, so
you
after-
think that it's like you guys might be getting swapped like into weird sub-dimensions or something, but what you know about magic, illusions you could usually see through
So my first idea of it being multiple little, like,
is probably
is
closer to the
more-
mark, but also you're thinking of like if it is all one, if the place is evil, like if the place itself is trying to fuck with you, and it's not like, oh, this bowling alley is haunted by a ghost, but it's like the bowling alley itself is in of itself a fucking evil entity.
yes.
Then like it could be like what it's doing to you when it takes you to, when it like separates you. It could be like mimicking, you guys could think you're not moving places, but it could like drop one of you below the other one without you realizing it.
Like, there might be more rooms here than what we think is going on.
You've no idea. It's like so hard to think about.
Could be anything, really.
It could be anything, but you don't think it's illusions.
I
Based
wa-
on your Arcana,
I'm
anyway.
mostly wondering if it wants us to go outside because it'll be easier to kill us, or because it is trying to protect itself.
You guys all want to roll an insight?
Yeah, but also, I shot the floor when I was there, and I don't know if that would have done anything to it, is the thing.
16.
Unnatural 20.
1. I got fucking nothing. I'm
You
I'm
can't
too-
stop thinking about Sam
It's
burning.
real bad.
This is real bad.
Well,
That
to-
one really fucked with you.
To be fair, I think the mirror is still stopped on that.
Sit there.
Me as the DM, why would you do that? Oh. Anyway, Trinket, what did you get?
7.
Okay, so Trinket, you're really just stuck on the like,
That's why I brought it up to the group.
what the fuck is it if it's not illusions? Why does it want us to go
Fourth-dimensional
outside?
space, yeah.
Sam and Barrett, you guys are both like, especially with like what you've observed, what they said, Sam, and what you witnessed of like it telling you to just give up, and it telling Jaeger like you should have saved me. This is your fault. Like it wants you to do it. It wants you to end your own life. And like, not that it can't hurt you, but that's what it wants.
If you give up on your surroundings, then you're obviously not just going to, if you just completely disassociate, you're obviously not going to just end it yourself. It will do it out of necessity. So,
Right, like I detached myself from like the floors and walls, and it melted on me.
yeah, it'll work its way in, and then once you basically can't, once you don't want to listen to it, once you stop listening to it, it acts physically. So, maybe if we just sit there and let it fuck with us to the point where it gets bored and figures out it can't get us to do it ourselves, it will show its face, and maybe that's when we can kill it.
Trinket, you know that even if you had fought that old man based on your marked for death, if you killed that old man, it wouldn't have fucking cared.
Yeah. I have a really silly theory.
What?
What if we, like, bowl?
Hey, I'm down.
What if,
I mean,
like...
sure. I mean, we've done weirder things on missions.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that's what it wants.
You know, actually, earlier when I went to the bar and I went and decided to enjoy a drink and wait, everything cleaned up. Everything was brand new and inviting, actually, not icky, gross, and disgusting.
To be fair, we keep trying to go like into the kitchen or like behind the bowling alley, like or all the like the.
Yeah, I
areas
mean,
where
I got attacked behind the lanes, so I
Right.
wasn't supposed to be back there.
You know, as you're thinking about Trinket, the first thing he said to you was that you shouldn't be back
He
here.
did say I wasn't supposed to be back there.
So maybe we should play the part.
Yeah,
Aren't you saying just be?
Bowlers.
we're gonna bowl.
We do have the outfits.
So let's go in, get our shoes, find a lane.
And then when I get a chance. No, never mind. I'm kidding. Never mind. Let's go. I'm not kidding. Jaeger walks through the mirror.
I don't know if this idea is going to work, but I like it.
It's worth a shot.
You all go through the mirror?
Yep.
Okay. And you're not bringing the lantern.
No.
Okay. You all go through, and once again, it's dark. Can't see anything.
Let's just wait this out.
And you guys wait about the same amount of time, and then you hear the whirring. The whole place is waking up. You hear the flickering of the light bulbs as they slowly spark to life. You look around, and it's all lit up, just like it was previously.
I'll go to the,
Front desk.
where the shoes are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see there are 4 pairs of shoes on the counter.
I pick out which one looks like my size.
Sure enough, your size is there. Do you do anything, or do you just take the shoes?
I walk up, I go, huh. Reach in my pocket for money.
You find money there.
I put it on the front desk. And I take the shoes and wait aside for the others to claim theirs. And hopefully they were watching what I was doing.
You guys watch this whole thing, and Barrett, when you look back, they're not gone, and neither are you. Like, Barrett's holding a pair of shoes. You just watch him put money down, pick up a pair of shoes, and like kind of
Eyebrows up.
Sam's gonna walk over and like look up at the desk a little bit. As my like reach up over, grab shoes, slips off their own shoes, and then reaches into their coat pocket for cash.
There's cash there.
And then like fish it out, put in the same pile as Barrett's, and slip on their shoes.
Okay.
Jaeger follows suit.
Yeah, same.
All right. And you guys also both pay for your shoes?
Yes.
Okay. You guys put on your shoes. You go, like, you leave your shoes, I'm guessing, at one of the tables that is
cubbies.
on the, like,
Yeah.
carpeted area. And you go down, and when you get to, like, kind of back where you entered, when you, like, where you appeared, you see on one of the monitors, it says Barrett, Sam, Jaeger, Trinket.
All right.
All right.
And there's pins and a bunch of different weights of balls set up.
Yep, I'm just gonna go through all the different bowling balls. Yeah. Huh. All right,
Okay.
14. Let's go. Okay, who's up first? Me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's alphabetical order.
Didn't I say Barrett, Sam, Jaeger, Trinket?
I'm going to roll and make sure I don't cross the line.
All right, roll an athletics check or
Performance?
dexterity.
Okay.
Performance is not. I thought about performance initially, but it's not. It would
Okay.
be an athletics or a dexterity check, not a save.
Okay. +0.
In the words of Rock, I'm bad at those.
18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
This is not your first time bowling.
Barrett, you get a strike.
Hey, I got it.
As the
Wow, that-
pins explode down and you your ball goes back into the thing, and you hear a thing in that like splits up 2 benches on either side of the lane start going, and then a ball goes and lands like in the little rack as your ball is returned.
Does a little animation play on the screen?
Yeah, there's a little burning person, and it says strike.
I'm on fire. All right.
And Jaeger, you're like, fuck. Fuck off.
All right.
Huh.
Whoever's next.
It's I think it's me. Sam will go over and like pick up like a 9. It's like it's like
You think back to the wardrobe for a second.
8.
yeah, actually yeah, you put it back, you pick up an 8 like fuck this. And like take they've definitely, Sam's never tried to bowl before, so they go like,
Yeah.
1, 2, stumble, throw.
All right, roll. I think that Sam's never tried to bowl before, and you didn't realize the lanes are kind of slippery.
Yeah.
Roll with disadvantage, athletics check or dexterity check.
I'll roll dexterity. That's a 1.
God.
How bad is it?
9.
You manage to do that thing where you throw the ball both so badly and so hard that it bounces out of the gutter and into the other gutter of the other lane.
I mean, better than my fingers not letting go. But
I didn't know you could do that.
And then it like has the graphic where it goes gutter ball, and it shows a person's like it looks like a little cartoon of trinkets sinking into the floor.
well, I mean, I can get better at time.
And then the other weird thing that this is not how bowling alleys work, so like it gives you guys a little bit of pause, is that the ball return from this lane goes and spits your ball out again.
Huh. That's, I'm just gonna say convenient.
But it has like one red dot in this like little lane that has 2 red dots, and it has Barrett has 1x.
Well, you get another go, bud.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You only go once if you hit a strike.
That's when you knock down all the pins?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam like grabs the ball again. It's like a weird finger hold. 1, 2. That's a natural 20. But but do I still have disadvantage?
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask the dice gods. Below, no. Above, yes.
I think you're aware that the floor is slippery this time.
No, you don't have disadvantage.
In that case, it's a natural 20.
Nice. Which, the reason for you having disadvantage was that you didn't know the floors were slippery. So, you know what? I'm not gonna roll in natural 20. You get a strike.
Like
the pins all get knocked down, and you are like really stoked for a second.
It's like,
Hey, nice.
And then you see like an animation of like an orange ball going down, and it knocks all the pins down, and then the orange ball is just the thing in the screen, and it just starts melting and rotting. And you're like,
oh. Kind of killing the vibe, but okay.
I feel like it's like talking shit to us while we're also trying to like follow its rules.
Go ahead, talk shit all you want. I got a strike.
Apparently so did I. All right, go ahead, Mayor.
Okay, I've never done this before. Jaeger's gonna walk over and like pick up an 8 and go, too late, and go for a 9 instead. Perfect. Okay, cool. 9.
9.
Yeah, 9.
You go, and it's like kind of on point, and it kind of like catches a little bit, and you see it like kind of cut to the left and go right into the gutter.
Okay. You said I have 2 goes, right? Okay.
2 rolls.
Okay. Let's try it again. 11.
You get all but 1 pin.
Ooh.
It's pretty good. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got a weird fluke thing on my thing, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not a gun, but I'll take a shot. Why not? Whatever. And Jaeger's gonna go and
You see 12 bullets all up, and they all get knocked down, and there's only 1 bullet left. It has a graphic of like the 1 bullet left standing, and you hear like the boom, wah.
Huh. Okay. Thank you. And he's gonna walk away. He doesn't sit down because he didn't trust it to sit down, but he does walk away from the area and sort of stand in our zone.
As you like stand in your zone, you realize there's like, you're kind of standing next to where the ball racks are, and on the ball racks there's this like table kind of a deal that's like usually for drinks. And you see that there's like 4 glasses there.
I think we're being offered drinks, by the way.
Well, make sure to pay for them.
Jaeger's gonna reach into his pocket, pull out money, and put it down next to the glasses. Are they full already, or
They're not full.
Oh, get a pitcher.
a pitcher of beer? Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Jaeger's gonna walk over to the bar.
As you walk over to the bar, you see that there is a pitcher of beer filled up on the counter.
Okay, and reaches into his pocket to put down money, grabs the pitcher, walks back to the group.
When you walk back, the cups are there. The money you put on the table previously is gone.
Okay, we have drinks now. I don't know what our plan here is. I'm just going to say let's keep bowling, and just
Trinket.
Thank you.
Your name is flashing on the screen.
All right. I'm going to choose a bowling ball
Okay.
and attempt to bowl.
All right.
A bowling ball. Dex, right?
Dex or athletics?
Yeah.
The big head shake of no.
none of us are.
5.
you see your ball kind of just like you kind of imagining how like kind of nonplussed Trinket is about most situations. I feel like you kind of just like the ball and it just like rolls slowly into the gutter and then all the way slow. It does that thing where you're like, you guys are wondering if it's gonna stop in the gutter, and then it like eventually goes and clears, and then way too quickly right next to you, you hear the as your ball is like spat back out right next to you.
Try again. 18.
Nice. You get a strike.
Nice.
Hey, we're killing it right now.
Yeah, I'd say so. What is this, by the way? Sam holds up like the glass of beer.
That's beer.
It's like an ale, but like
Does not. You know what? I'll just drink it.
I'm also drinking it.
Does Sam like the beer?
I don't know.
Is it an IPA?
Sam's never had alcohol.
I guess.
it's true. Sam normally always has like
Roll
milk.
a Constitution check? Question mark? His Constitution would be flavor, like it would be whether or not you like the
Yeah.
thing.
Is it a mango cart?
12.
It's not the worst thing ever.
It's kind of.
It's like you got Barrett. You drink it. It's light beer.
kind of.
It's
bitter,
not.
but-
It's not the worst.
It's kind of bitter, but like
It tastes better after you finish one, trust me.
weirdly refreshing.
And you guys just play a whole game.
Absolutely.
You guys do, and the graphics get like progressively more disturbing.
Oh.
They go from being like being cute and fun to being like traumatic scenes from any of your memories.
Like car crashes and shit.
I think like near the time you guys are about to finish, like on like Trinket's last ball, like the last time you bowl right before it would be the last time you bowl, the screen is just depicting your cell from the Lost Souls place.
You know, I thought it was gonna get nicer.
Yeah, you would think it would be nicer with us, following its rules, but no, it's just kind of fucking with us.
Just small, like
Yeah.
small sounds of someone dropping things. Nothing like overt, nothing so dramatic like it was doing previously when you guys were really trying to figure out what the fuck was going on here. But now that you're just like playing into its hand and just like kind of enjoying the bowling alley, it is like not as actively terrorizing you, but the graphics on the screen have gotten more disturbing and more terrorizing as it's gone on, to the point of where like the screen like showed Grin's face at one point of just like smiling with these like wide, terrible eyes, and you're like, I don't.
Corn.
This is just no. That would be when it was like Trinket was up.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, it's not even showing the bowling score anymore. It's just flashing through any of your worst moments. Jaeger, you see Sam fall into the snake pit in Duran.
Yeah, Jaeger hasn't looked at the screen for the last like three sets.
Yeah, it's like, it's bad. You're like, anytime you look at it, it's like a targeted attack to whoever has looked at it the most recently.
Well, Barrett slams down an empty cup on the nearest little table. Well, you guys want to see if there's an arcade?
A what?
An arcade?
For games?
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless you guys want to just keep rolling.
No, sure. Let's look for an arcade.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Sure enough, next to the desk, across, like, if the restaurant is on the left-hand side when you're coming into the building from the main entrance, on your right-hand side, on the other side of the building, the side you guys haven't explored much, there is, in fact,
There's
a little
always an arcade.
going down, like, a small flight of steps into, like, a tiled-floored room with, like, a sort of circular layout, and on all the way around the outside walls, there's a bunch of different, like, arcade games, like arcade cabinets, and then on the back far wall directly across from the stairs there's an air hockey table.
All right. Who's up for it?
What's the game?
You guys look at this and you're like, what the fuck is
Hey, this was Trinket's idea. As I look for a token exchange.
There's a token exchange.
Yeah, all right, cool. I know the game here. I know what's going on. I'm just gonna reach into my pocket, start just feeding it money.
You feed it some money and this black fetid water starts pouring out of where the token
Okay, that's I'm gonna walk up to one of the arcades and try and pull out a token.
You know what's funny? You do.
Perfect.
The ClockTower. Sure. It's money.
It's money enough, huh?
Yeah, I got just
It
enough.
is a currency.
I think I got just enough for a game here.
You go to put a token in and you look at the game, and on the like cabinet, you see the game has like clock and then like a picture of the tower and then tower on the other side. And then on the screen, it just says how many missions will be enough, Barrett.
However many it takes. Oh, nope, air hockey instead.
And you guys go over to the air hockey, you put in a token and you hear it whir to life as the air starts pushing out of the thing, and you realize that the puck is soft.
As I give it a good old...
It like splats and leaves a little like gray, wet smudge where it hit the
Is that
wall.
a fucking tomato slice? What the hell is this?
You don't know, but it's gross looking.
I guess it only likes us to bowl.
I don't even think that's even the case, but I think it's trying to slightly discourage us from having fun now.
What do people do when they're done bowling?
Oh, I mean,
The lights in the arcade click off, and then they turn on, and you see this gray, sickly blue light start shining down on all of you. And Barrett and Trinket immediately are like, fuck!
check pocket watch.
Your pocket watch is still working.
It's just fucking with us.
That's a trick.
Well, how much time we got?
Not long, actually, now.
We
You
only
guys-
killed like an
bowl a full
hour.
game.
Bowling is like a pretty long,
Yeah.
to
Takes a
bowl a
while.
full game. You guys have like maybe an hour, maybe half an hour left.
Well,
Like, what if we return our shoes?
oh,
maybe that's why. Maybe
That
we
is
just
fair.
forgot
To be fair, we are
shoes.
walking around with that like not a normal shoes on outside the bowling area.
You know what? Maybe that was all bad. Sorry.
We're
we'll
new to
return
this.
them. Yeah, we'll go back.
You guys leave the arcade. The whole bowling alley is on fire.
Oh my.
All right, a little dramatic, okay?
Everything is burning, and you see like spray painted across the desk that is slowly burning. You see the words, "What if we just light it all on fire?"
I mean,
I'm gonna take my shoes off.
I'm just gonna act like it's
Roll a
normal.
con save.
10.
You take 19 fire damage. There's fire all around you.
At the front desk too? All of it?
Yes, the whole place is on fire.
Oh.
Sam gets low to
You
avoid
guys,
the smoke.
Yeah, exactly. You're starting to choke in smoke.
Okay.
I wonder. As Jaeger's like trying to talk over the sound of the flames like around him, I wonder if like there's a fire exit.
You hear coughing next to you, and then you hear Sam say,
Jaeger, I can't breathe. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm right next to. I look over to see if Sam's there.
you don't see Sam, and the fire's getting real hot, and all you can think of is that image of Sam burning, and you can just hear the same words echoing in your head of, "You should have saved me."
Jaeger's gonna stop, close his eyes,
You hear Sam screaming.
and like it's like he just cuts it
Tone
off.
out. Okay. You have steadied yourself. You're not falling for the tricks of whatever this thing is. You don't believe that the sounds you're hearing are Sam, right?
Yes.
However, you are still surrounded by fire.
Yes.
So please roll a con save.
Fire real.
That's gonna be a 12.
4 fire damage.
Yeah.
Trinket, you can't fucking see anybody. Everybody kind of got separated by the smoke and the fire. Everything's real fucked now all of a sudden. It's like the bowling alley was like, ha ha ha, good time, and now everything's fucked again.
I guess what's left, well, I'll try to leave.
Okay. You realize that like one of the front doors, the like boarding on the outside of it has fallen off, and you like open the door and you walk outside. Roll a con save.
It's a 21.
That's a fail.
Oh.
You feel as soon as you like go outside and you breathe in even a little bit of that smoke, it just smells this weird chemical smell, and then you feel this like terrible burning sensation in your lungs, and then it feels like there's a bunch of liquid in your lungs, and you realize that that is your lungs, that they are like melting inside of you, and that's about the last thought you have before you just collapse down on the ground. Yeah, what are you guys doing about this fire right now? It's getting pretty bad.
Yeah, we didn't see that, did we?
No.
No.
Okay.
I cast fairy fire at the fire.
Sick. Can you roll a dex save?
Yes. 5.
14 damage, so half would be 7.
Ow.
Fire hot. Now you have dancing fire around the real fire.
Well,
EDM fire.
to be fair, it makes everything invisible visible.
Oh no, yeah, it's this real fire.
But also it lights up everything it touches in like a glowing pink aura, so we can see through the smoke.
Sure, you see through the smoke. You see all of the fairy fire in like a glowing pink smoke, but it doesn't like light up Jaeger or Barrett or anybody. And they don't see fairy fire. You do. And there's fire all around you, and you are, now you roll con save against the smoke.
Gotcha. 18.
18. You manage to like stay low and keep your like clothes above your face, and you're trying real hard not to breathe in the smoke.
I'm gonna go back to the table.
Okay. You start like trying to find your way back to the table, and it's like not only is everything on fire, but it's now turned into like it's all like twisting and deforming and distorting around you. And when you're over by, you realize kind of too late that you're like, oh fuck, I'm not even going in the right direction. Like it's like you're like, oh, I should have been on the other side, but it's like so hard not getting turned around in the smoke, and you see a single door that isn't deforming around everything else that just says office.
Seems to be like go from like crouching to like literally army crawling.
Okay.
Just to keep out of the smoke.
You army crawl closer and closer to the office, and you get there.
I'm gonna push on it with a like push and like try to put my fingers in it to like pull to see if it goes.
It's locked. It's like it's not locked, but it's like the door has a handle and it's in position, so you can't.
It's not just a push door.
Like yeah, it doesn't pull. It's like it's latched, so you can't just.
I was like, Sam's gonna take a deep breath, stand up, put their rod directly against the door handle, and just fire a shot into it.
Okay, you fire a shot into it. The door like latch breaks, and then the door opens for a second, and then you're hit by a backdraft. Roll a dex save.
5.
You take 100 damage.
Half to 50.
That is halved.
In that case, I will use uncanny dodge on that.
Okay.
Well, is this a targeted attack? The attack action?
It's like a cone. Yeah, I would say.
Okay. In that case, I'll take half of that, so I'm just down.
Okay. Barrett, what are you doing? There's fire everywhere. It's getting real bad.
I looked to see if I could see the bar.
You see there's like a figure tending bar in the fire.
As I'm like trying to get a little bit closer, I'm like, water, please.
You see Grin look at you and go,
You're not looking so good.
Fuck you, as I click the watch.
like a crushing wave over all of you. Sam, you like the room fading, and you see that despite the fact that the entire place is burning, that office door isn't. And Jaeger, you're like, I'm not gonna fucking listen to it, as you're like fighting off flames and trying to like move through, and we see just Trinket's body on the ground outside as suddenly, like a crushing wave, you all wake up in the clock tower on the couch.
Motherfucker.
Well, at least we had fun, guys.
Yeah, so
At first, yeah.
like don't go outside.
Okay.
Well, that's that option
Do
ruled out.
I recognize what happened to me?
Yeah, that fog like disintegrated your lungs.
It's like radiation, right?
It's not. It's something worse.
I feel like mustard
Yeah,
gas,
it's like
Yeah.
anything that breathes that fog in dies.
Somehow
Biochemical.
the
Yeah.
bowling alley is safe from whatever is happening out there. Which,
Probably because it can't be destroyed unless it's on its own terms.
Speaking of being destroyed, so I kind of lost y'all on the fire, kind of assumed.
Same.
But I was moving towards, so to go back to our table, trying to meet up there. Place got weird, but I found like a manager's office, and no matter what, it was like fine.
You think it's worth investigating then?
Yeah, why don't we just,
All right,
call the manager when we get there?
I'll just go to the mirror and I'll let that perfect game run its course. And right before we go to the arcade, I think we can make our way to the office. So right when we're about to go, hey, arcade, I'll take it to right about there.
Okay, you guys all go through the mirror?
Yep.
Okay. You guys start getting a couple steps, and you're like going to the arcade, you change your direction, you start heading towards that office door. And as soon as you start getting towards that office door, all of you are stuck in the floor.
Okay, it doesn't want us to go there, obviously.
But we would like to speak to the manager.
All of you roll a dex save.
Unnatural 20.
6.
17.
18.
Oh, okay. All right.
Barrett, you can't pull yourself out of the floor. You guys start pulling yourselves out of the floor, and the wall above the office door starts melting. Barrett is slowly sinking into the floor to his doom.
You guys go ahead. No, it's fine. Don't look at me. Look ahead.
As Jaeger's trying to pull himself out, he's gonna reach for his gun and pull it up, and then start firing shots at the lock of the door to try to fucking essentially unlock it so we can just run straight in.
All right, roll to hit.
It's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That hits. The lock bursts off of the door, and all around you guys, you hear a frustrated and angry screeching.
Ha! Eat shit and die.
I want to cast slow at the door. You alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube. I don't know if that would have...
It's such a weird question because, like
an entity.
It's alive, but it's a
But
building.
then isn't it affected by time? We've just proven that it has been.
It is
marked
affected
for
by
death.
time, so yeah, go ahead. You can cast slow on the door.
So yeah.
Although it also doesn't seem like it can do anything to the door.
Right, no, I'm saying I'm casting it around it. It's a 40-foot cube.
Yeah. So yeah, you cast slow, and all of the melting bits that are trying to like block your way from going through the door kind of slow down and give you and Jaeger and Trinket plenty of time. Barrett is still like sinking into the floor.
Like almost
he's like,
shoulder up.
yeah, he's like shoulders in right now.
You're onto something.
I can only hold this for a minute.
I'm holding on.
Stops moving and starts trying to help Barrett out of the floor a little bit.
As you go, I can only hold this for a minute, and you guys hear like Barrett doing this. All of a sudden, you realize that like Barrett behind you is like,
Wait, guys, don't come save me.
You guys go ahead. I got this.
Sorry, Barrett. Can't help you right now.
as you guys go ahead. They're not there. You're all separated again.
Well, shit.
I've found my purpose. I've locked on, and the bullet is already
do you
traveling.
say Ferret or do you?
I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay, all of you separately go to the door. As like Barrett is behind, like you hear Barrett's voice be like,
Save me!
and that's what it does. It like screeches this horrible noise as Barrett's voice like changes in the background. Like that's not Barrett. As Barrett, they're all gone. You're slowly sinking into the floor. Like, yeah. And as soon as you guys get into the hallway, all of it stops. All of the chaos outside, it's quiet. And out there, it's like almost dark. But almost like the wardrobe door, almost like that closet, there is this like anger and fury that you can feel on the other side of that broken, shot out office door. And there's a couple different like hallway doors, but you see the door to the main office is cracked open. And it looks old and dusty as shit, but there's like something very different about this back room to the rest of this. The carpet is so faded. It looks, and the wallpaper is peeling, it looks decrepit in here. It looks as old as you guys think this place probably really is. And it's almost like briefly open one of the side doors, and there's literally a sphere of where this decrepit decay of this building stops, and it goes back to being bright colored carpets and that malicious anger drastically trying to get to you guys. And it looks like the center point of that sphere is in the office. You're all together. As soon as you go through the office door, you're all like, and it's, you guys almost like coming through, like on the other side of the office, it's almost like coming through a wet wall of just like, all three of you into the same place.
Yeah. As Jaeger like steps through, he looks back, sees you guys, goes, "Hey, you made it." 1 sec. Looks back out the other way and goes, "Fuck you," And then starts walking toward the office.
As you guys, do you all make your way towards the office?
Yeah.
You see directly in like where you would imagine, if you were to draw a line from the edge of that sphere to the center point of the sphere, sitting on the desk is a little globe.
You know, I know I said that I wanted like a globe mission to try things. I'm not trying stuff in this place.
No. Just destroy it.
Yeah.
May I kind of
Oh, yeah, sure.
sick. He gets ready to walk over, grab it, hold the orb in his hand, like sort of spin it on, like spin it between his fingers, just to fucking like.
As you do, you get like this like feeling of being connected to this entire world, right? Yeah, I don't. Has Jaeger ever crushed a globe?
No,
Yeah, you
it's
get
always
this.
been somebody else.
You get this feeling like you're connected to this entire world, that all of it is in your hand, whatever is left here. And there's like this really small feeling that you have, like the only thing still alive here at all is this place, is this bowling alley. Everything else is gone. And this place is just, it's evil. If it's alive in a way that you can't describe. You're pretty sure crushing this globe is putting an end to this thing, but also the rest of this world that's dead. There isn't anything else here.
And Jaeger's gonna look outside the door, like back to the rest of the thing, and go, "You deserve this," and crush it.
You crush it, and then you kind of almost see the world falling to dust around you. It looks like it's falling into sand, like the sand in the middle of the hourglass in the clock tower. And you just kind of see in the distance that white light. And for once, when you hear the clock tower chime, you, Jaeger, see the direction that the chimes are coming from. You see the outside of the clock tower. And you have this connection to it when you look at it, like you might if you were just on a really shitty road trip and you see the outside of your house for the first time in a long time. And then you're back in the clock tower, and all of you are on the couch. Hey, it's me, Ellie again. This might be a long one. So, first of all, I'd like to say I had a lot of fun DMing this arc. As wild and all over the place as it was, it's very dear to my heart. My parents practically raised me in both a bowling alley, and building a haunted house every year for us was bigger than most of our holidays. And while my mom was always a part of that, the haunted house was largely my dad's passion project. So I'd like to dedicate this arc specifically to my dad. Thanks for everything, and thanks for making my life spooky in the best of ways. And now, after that heartfelt message, I'd like to tell you about a group that our friend and player, Kball, has worked with. Horror and Harpy. Here's a message from them. We are Horror and Harpy. We stream a D&D campaign called the Dead Man Company. 5 legendary heroes have been risen from the dead from different points in time to help defeat an ever-growing army, devils, and other threats to the world. With the world on their shoulders and the shadows of their past on their backs, how will the group use their short new lives? Please head over to their stream at twitch.tv/horrorandharpy. They play on Tuesdays at 4 p.m., and you can find their schedule on Twitch, or check out their past sessions on their YouTube page at Horror and Harpy. All of the links will be in the description below. Go check them out, guys. They have a really nice animated setup and a really fun atmosphere that feels like being at a table with friends. And now, on to credits. If you would like to work with us or collaborate with us in any way, contact us through the Contact Us section of our website, ClockTowerAgent.com. Barrett was played by Bink, Sam was played by Cal, Trinket was played by Kball, Jaeger was played by Trent, and I, Ellinthris, was your DM. The voice of our disclaimer is Valak Donahue. You can check out all of his work at patreon.com/themadlanddreamer. All music from Season 1 of Clock Tower made by Who's Music. If you would like your own D&D music commissioned, you can contact them and find all of their work through their website, whosisthis.com, or find it in the description below. Thanks, Who's. Additional music and FX provided by Andrew Smith and Cal. Thank you to our editing team and Cal for making the episodes what they are. Thank you to our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. And And thank you again for listening. Clock Tower Season 2, Episode 28 will be out for all of our early episode patrons on March 1st and released publicly on March 8th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the Clock Tower.